Greetings. We are here, several energies. The most predominant ones are Hathor and the ones of water. We came through the water as we feel our presence is becoming more and more significant and prevalent in your world.
We've talked before about how sound and water work together to create a ripple effect to help create change in the world. How can we best support this endeavor?
We will say that the more you are opening up to all these possibilities, your awareness is increasing and your sensitivity of detecting the water presence is increasing. We will invite you here to pay attention to also the non-physical aspect of water and see within yourself if you can detect the water's presence, the consciousness aspect of water, even when you are not connecting to the physical aspect of water. To begin this, you may use the physical presence of water to help you connect. So, for example, holding a glass of water, communing with this water, and this can be for the purpose of drinking the water afterwards. So you are blending your love energy and purity and intention with the water and then consuming it, making it a part of yourself. This is one way to begin connecting to the consciousness part of the water. And slowly you can become adept at recognizing the frequency of water without any physical water present. This will be most beneficial as developing subtle senses is one of the main points in evolution for humanity. We want you to really take in the statement. Developing subtle senses, learning to recognize frequencies that are subtle to you at this point is a major point in human evolution. You have reached a point where the physical must be blended with the spiritual. This is time to return to the spiritual and pure consciousness aspect of things. We feel we cast quite a wide net here, and we will let you decide what you would like to do with it and where you would like to take the conversation next.
What would a subtle sense be? Like, how would I know that it's there?
The subtle senses are noticing energetic differences that are not as obvious to the senses. So, for example, shall you put your hand close to a stove or a boiling pot of water, you would feel the heat. This is the physical aspect of that energy. Subtle senses, just as they sound, are not as obvious, not as physical. So can you stand 2 feet away from a boiling water and feel the energy it is giving? Can you feel the heat in a non-physical manner? This would be an example of subtle energy, feeling subtle energy or developing subtle senses. The example that we gave you of connecting to the water, then consuming it, and then sensing its own awareness and consciousness as separate but mingling with your own is an excellent example of subtle senses. So think of any sense, whether sight or touch or smell, just as you have the clairvoyance, the clairs, it is similar to that. It is time to bring that world into the physical as they do blend.
I put the jars of water onto words. It says unconditional love. Does that add to loving myself? And how can I be more aware of the water inside my body?
Here we would say the water act as a conduit to your intention. So the act by itself may have little or no impact should it not have intention charged within it. And as we mentioned, water holds frequency differently than your air. Just as sound, so does it hold intentions. So when you put this jar onto a word, you must intend with all your might and all your human focus on blending that unconditional love from the words on the paper into the water, and from the water, the essence of the water, into your heart. And that is where the quantum connection takes place, as you are not to drink this water, but feel the connection between the presence, the existence of this water that is holding the potential for unconditional love in connection with your heart. So the connection here is physical object to physical object without physical contact.
The physical presence of the water with my heart. How do I feel it?
You feel it by having an intention to feel it and then being open to feeling it. We know this may sound oversimplified, but indeed, this is the way to develop those subtle senses, which is indeed what we're talking about here. So, shall you sit in front of your jug of water? You may begin by looking at it to point your intention onto it, and then close your eyes or do whatever feels right to you to connect to your own heart center. You may do that by placing your hands on your heart or by merely going in your mind into your heart space and then holding that heart space. See if you can feel the resonance of that water, the resonance of that water that is now imbued with unconditional love frequency. See if you can feel that water vibrating inside your heart, inside your mind, inside your being. And how you can feel it is by practicing opening the space to feeling it. So remember, you first must cast your intention as sharply as possible, as focused as possible in communing with this water. And then you must let go and allow the space for it to allow any sensation to come to the surface.